6:15, digital disconnect.
We're limited on the amount of data and speeds in which we have any internet service.
The constant buffering battle happening in millions of Ohio homes. Well, it can feel like everyone's connected to fast internet.
Yeah, we take it for granted, but that's far from the truth.
It certainly has a negative effect as a family.
New at 6:15, the digital divide in our community, and a 7th grader caught up in it.
Around all day.
New at 6, listen to this number, 2.4 million. That is the number of households in Ohio that don't have broadband internet access. But there's a push to change that now.
Internet may not seem like a necessity, but as Shelby Croft shows us, those who don't have it might tell you otherwise.
Alyssa Ebersol is a typical 7th grader. She's into volleyball in middle school.
I like language arts and social studies.
She's also into electronics, like everyone else her age, but she doesn't have the same access.
And you can take a tosses in the air.
We have a limited monthly, so if we go over that, it starts to go really slow.
They live in Delaware County, but in an outlying area surrounded by farmland. There's no broadband access for homes. The family uses a MiFi hotspot. The data is eaten up quickly.
We can't really sit down and watch a movie anytime we want and do a Netflix because that's just not an option. It would circle and buffer forever.
While Netflix isn't a necessity, homework is, much of which is now done online.
It's just kind of stressful sometimes because I don't know if it got turned in or not. And then I'll have to find out the next day if I have to redo it because it doesn't save it.
Sometimes Alyssa has to leave her house here, hop in the car, drive 5 miles just to get her homework done.
The Delaware County Library is one of those, and other public restaurants and things like that.
There's a push to change this and get broadband to the 2.4 million rural households in the state currently without. A bill is being considered in the House to help with funding. The proposition is costly and will take time.
Everywhere there's power poles, we're going to attach fiber optic cable to every one of those power poles.
Consolidated Electric Cooperative is about to begin construction on the infrastructure for broadband in a half-dozen central Ohio counties. It will be a $40 million project and take 3 to 5 years, but it brings rural residents into modern times.
We're 20, 30 minutes from Columbus right here, and there are still people out here that do not have any access to broadband at all.
In Delaware County, Shelby Croft, 10 TV News.
House Bill 378 would provide $100 million in grant funding to build broadband infrastructure in rural Ohio. It's currently being reviewed by the Finance Committee.